All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday. And our friend from Tal from Stakel was in with a mixed bag, man. I don't know. We need to come up with a theme when you come to the Wine Watch for a tasting. It's really hard for us to, we do our what I drank yesterday to promote each and every individual wine you bring in. But man, Tal had so many great wines this day. Starting with Burgundy with Jean-Marc Brocard. And this is a Lieu D from the Domaine St. Clair region of Pouilly, a village in Chablis. And this has got that textbook seashell, chalky kind of minerality you get from Chablis, along with a zesty lemon, lime, citrus fruit, and a little bit of a flinty nuance. Very fresh and bright Chablis with a nice tongue-tingly minerality on the finish. Really textbook Chablis, leaving the tongue salivating for food at 21 bucks. A very good example of this. In 2012, proving to be another excellent vintage for Burgundy, even better than the 11s, I think, which were very good. 10, outstanding, and 9, both of those great vintages. 12 may measure up to those, if not even better. 2011 Domaine Robert Denot Puy-Fusset, and this is also a monopole, Old Vines. The Reese's was an 80-year-old vineyard, aged for 30 months and 20% new oak. Long time though, man. Second passage oak, some neutral oak also, but still a long time for a white wine to spend in oak. Has a good amount of that apple and pear fruit, some pretty floral notes, some wet stone-like minerality. I'll tell you the Macon is really starting to get some attention here as the prices in the Côte de Beaune just continue to go up for its most famous wines. You can find some very good values in Puy-Fusset, although this one's 49 bucks. I would call it anything but a great value from the Macon, but an excellent wine. Very bright and refreshing style with that crisp green apple, a nice hint of those chalky minerally notes you get from the Macon also. Nice complexity with that tongue-tingling mineral finish. Excellent juice at $49.50, maybe a little steep for a Puy-Fusset, but hey, like I said, the prices are going up. 2012 and 13 small vintages. I just got a report from our good friend Alex Gamble, more hail in 2014. So not good news for the quantity. 2011 Domaine Lucien Boillot Pinot Barot. Les Grands Poissots. Murdering all these names here today. Anyways, this is a 60-year-old vineyard of Pinot Gris. And this is some of the last Pinot Gris to be grandfathered in. Today you can't replant Pinot Gris in Burgundy. It has a bit of an oxidative quality, almost sherry-like to the nose. That kind of flower character you get from wines from sherry. This wine sees some skin contact. It definitely may have some tannin here also because of that. But that's some nice pear and melon fruit on the nose, showing very intense wine on the palate. Some really briny, minerally notes here on the finish. Quite persistent though, thick and viscous, and that floor-like note showing through the finish here also. But excellent juice, really unique, and at $30, a great little value. All right, the Frederic Magnien Côte de Village, Côte de Nuit Village rather, Cour de Roches, and this is from the Fixin mostly. This is the Negociant label from this family. You can tell it because they color coordinate it. The black label is their Domaine, and this is a white label or a lighter colored label. This one's a light and savory style of Pinot, and as you get from Fixin, there are pretty floral notes showing, and some nice fresh and clean wine, short but pleasant finish, a nice entry-level wine from Burgundy. Very good juice at 31 bucks. The Von Romane, one of my favorite villages from Burgundy here. This is Domaine juice. A lovely intensity to Von Romanes here. Really nice exotic spice, fresh flowers, black raspberry, some earthy notes. This 11 vintage, very forward and seductive though. Nice concentration and richness on the tongue. You notice definitely a few steps up here in this Burgundy. Some lovely silky velvety notes on the texture and that exotic spice and pretty floral nuance from the nose coming through on the finish. Excellent juice at $62. All right, Soder Pinot, producer we know very well, the 2012. This is his entry-level North Valley, and it has some purchased fruit in the blend here. Pretty cherry pie-like fruit aromas, pretty floral notes, pretty forward and seductive, these 2012s. Good amount of that juicy berry fruit showing through with a silky, smooth, tannic structure here with those pretty floral notes on the finish. Really ripe and juicy, these 2012s. An excellent example of entry-level Willamette Valley Pinot at 35 bucks. Andrew Will, this is a new label for him, and it's made from the younger vines from his Two Blonde vineyard. This is only the second release, 2012. This is not the wine here. This is one of his old wines. It's got a different color label on it, kind of darker, kind of green. Good amount of juicy currant and cherry fruit on the nose. Very forward and seductive. A little black raspberry coulis and sweet tobacco spice here also. Good amount of that ripe, delicious fruit showing through on the tongue. A very forward wine, very drinkable. Ripe round tannins here and some nice spice coming through on the finish. Very good little wine at 36 $6. All right, all over the board, as I said. Now we're off to Australia. Torbreck the Stedding, a blend of 63% Grenache, 19% Syrah with Mataro making up the rest of it. This is the last vintage the great David Powell was involved with here. Really Rhone-esque bouquets coming out, aromas coming out in the bouquet, black licorice spice, that fresh berry pie nuance you get from these Rhone varietals, dried flowers, and very complex, lots of spice and minty notes there as well. A big and spiced wine on the tongue. This wine's got a lot of that fresh berry pie fruit and a host of those exotic spices and sweet fruit. Really lovely balance in this wine and freshness, though, through the finish. Excellent juice at $40. All right, the Tournon Heathcote Shiraz Ladies Lane Vineyard. This is Michel Chapoutier. He bought this vineyard in 1997 and very Northern Rhone style. This is from Heathcote, so a little cooler region here. Some lovely black raspberry, blackberry fruit, almost liqueur-like in concentration, dark spices, licorice, violet floral notes, really rich bouquet of aromas. They use 100% new French oak in this wine, so you get some of that spice, but it wears it well. Really big and chewy fruit here on the tongue, a host of that spice, bitter cocoa, licorice, dark spices showing through on the finish, as well as a firm hand of acidity. This wine has wonderful balance and a long layered finish. Most excellent juice at $45. Wow, there's a lot of wine in that bottle. All right, and then the Allegrini and Renacier joint venture, En Amore. It's 100% Appassimento style. So this is Allegrini, which is a producer in the Veneto, and Renacier, which is a producer in Mendoza. This wine is 45% Malbec and 40% Cabernet. The rest is Bonarda and Cabernet Franc. This wine's got a big bouquet here, man. Let me tell you, for Amarone lovers, you're going to love this wine. Dark cherry, liqueur-like fruit, sweet tobacco, light smoke, violet, sweet balsamic, some dark chocolate. A wonderful bouquet of aromas here. Big and chewy on the tongue. With some residual, you definitely notice some sweetness in this wine, just like you get in some Amarones. But this wine's got wonderful balance and freshness. At 15% alcohol, it wears that very well. Silky texture here on the finish. Excellent juice. When you dry those grapes, you give it that Appassimento style. It's more ready to drink on release. And for $25.50, wow, excellent juice. And that's what we had to drink with our friend Tal from Steakhole, a marathon tasting. I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.